Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving into the hidden power of words and plans to really shape our future. From a simple slogan all the way to a super complex legal document. We're going to see how the right blueprint can protect literally everything you care about. So, let's get right into it. So, what could a corporate meeting slogan and a real mouthful of legal jargon possibly have in common? Well, at their core, they're both incredibly powerful tools of control. One is all about inspiring action and getting a team fired up, while the other is built to prevent conflict and protect a legacy. Both of them use very precise language to create a very specific outcome.
All right, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with the power of just a single name, and then we'll move into the actual architecture of a solid life plan. We'll look at the costly mistakes that can cause some serious cracks in that foundation, expose the brand new AI-powered threats trying to tear it all down, and finally, show you how to protect everything you've built.
Okay, first up, the words we choose. See, a name isn't just a label. It's really the foundation of any plan. It sets the tone, it manages expectations, and it communicates your intent before anyone even bothers to read the fine print.
I mean, each of these names creates a totally distinct feeling, right? Fit Fun Fiesta just sounds energetic and fun. A World of Opportunities feels big, professional. And Second Spring is aiming for that feeling of hope and renewal. The name really is the very first promise you make, and it sets the entire tone.
But, and this is a big but, that promise doesn't land the same way for everybody. This comment from a Reddit discussion about naming a senior care service just cuts right through all that positive language. It's a really raw, emotional reminder that for some people, a positive spin can feel like you're just denying their reality.
And this table just lays out the two competing ideas perfectly. On one side, you have people who value direct factual language, like Elder Compass. It implies guidance through a tough time. But the other side prefers hopeful terms like Second Spring to focus on positivity. The whole debate just shows that the right words depend completely on who you're talking to and what they actually need to hear.
So once you've set that vision, that feeling you want to create, you need the actual blueprint. This is where we move from just words to a structured plan of action.
This simple three-step framework is a perfect example. It's actually used to help people get through the financial chaos of a divorce. First, protect what you have. Then, plan your next steps. And finally, set yourself up to prosper in your new reality. It's a really clear, logical path through super chaotic time. And a complete plan isn't just one document like a will. It's a comprehensive inventory of your entire life. Just think about it for a second. If something happened to you, could your family find everything? Personal records, insurance policies, financial documents. This is the detailed architecture that actually makes the blueprint work.
Okay, now let's raise the stakes. What happens when that blueprint has cracks in it? Or worse, what if it doesn't even exist? This is where good intentions can completely fall apart, and it often leads to absolutely devastating family fights.
And this problem is widespread. According to a recent survey, fewer than 1 in 3 Americans have any kind of estate planning documents in place. That means the vast majority of families are left without a clear map when a crisis hits, and that forces the courts to make all the decisions for them. This is one of the most common and honestly most frustrating mistakes. Someone goes through all the time and expense to create a living trust so they can avoid probate court, but they miss the final, critical step, actually funding it. You have to retitle your assets, your bank accounts, your house, into the name of the trust. If you don't, the trust is just an empty bucket, and guess what? Your family ends up in probate court anyways.
And here's a problem that's totally modern. Your life is digital, but your will might be stuck in the analog age. Without a designated digital fiduciary, privacy laws can literally prevent your family from accessing your crypto wallet, your photo archives, or even social media accounts. Those assets, both the financial ones and the sentimental ones, could be lost forever.
And this is just incredibly painful. In blended families, a simple will that leaves everything to the surviving spouse can be a ticking time bomb. After one partner dies, the survivor can legally rewrite their own will and completely cut out their stepchildren. This is exactly where that complex term from our very first slide, a Q-tip trust, comes in. It's a specific legal tool designed to prevent this exact nightmare, making sure both the surviving spouse and the children are protected.
But even with a perfect legal plan in place, a new threat has popped up. These sophisticated AI-powered scams are now targeting our life savings and creating family emergencies out of thin air, putting even the best laid plans at serious risk.
The technology behind these scams is, well, it's truly unsettling.
With just a few seconds of audio from a social media post, scammers can clone a person's voice. And this lets them create a completely fake but terrifyingly realistic phone call from a loved one who sounds like they're in desperate trouble.
And no, this is not science fiction. In a recent case, an 82-year-old man got a call from what he thought was his son-in-law, claiming he'd been arrested and needed $17,000 for bail. The voice was a perfect match. The man withdrew the money, only to find out later that it was all a scam. The emotional manipulation is just devastating.
So what can you do? Well, the defense is simple, but it is powerful. First, if you get a frantic call, hang up and call them back on a number you know is theirs. Second, establish a family code word, a secret phrase that only your family would know. And third, always be suspicious of urgency. Scammers create panic because they don't want you to have time to think. And this brings us full circle. From choosing the right words, to building a detailed plan, to defending it against these modern threats, it's all part of a continuous cycle of being prepared.
You see, effective life planning isn't a one-time thing you just check off a list. It's a continuous process. It starts with thoughtful communication, choosing the right words. It's put into motion through deliberate action, building that blueprint. And it's maintained with constant vigilance, protecting it from mistakes and new threats.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Technology, our family structures, and the threats out there are all changing at an incredible pace. So just ask yourself, is your plan keeping up? Is your will older than your smartphone? If it is, it might be time for an update. Thanks for watching.